My goal here on YouTube is to entertain you guys and make you the best Overwatch players you can be. I've given you guides, tips and tricks videos, as well as good gameplay that I think you all can learn from. However, all of this means absolutely nothing if you don't have the right mindset, the mindset that will allow you to improve. This mindset not only applies to Overwatch, but to just about everything in life, and we're going to go over it here today. We're going to tailor it to Overwatch and online video games in general. However, you can apply this to just about anything in life you want to improve on. So let's first talk about the wrong mindset and basically what prompted me to make this video. I'm sure you've all seen it here on my channel and within the Overwatch community. Everybody seems to think their rank in competitive should be higher than it actually is. This is actually quite common in online games that have a ranking system. In League of Legends, everybody in bronze seems to think they should be a challenger level player. However, this really isn't the case. This is especially bad in Overwatch because the competitive system is very new. So many people are complaining about it that people just jump on the bandwagon and assume their rank should be higher. There's so many bugs. People are leaving, the competitive system is terrible, I must be better than the competitive system tells me I am. And if you're one of these people, don't worry, we're going to improve your mindset today. We're going to get you out of this habit of blaming everyone else and help you accept blame for defeats, which will make you a much better player in the long run. I actually think this video may be more important than any video I ever make on my channel, because it's the foundation of improving at anything. So why shouldn't you blame leavers and bad players for ruining your competitive experience and holding you back from your true potential? Well, statistically speaking, everyone is going to encounter these players equally. Yes, I said equally. I will experience about the same amount of leavers and bad players as the next person. This is going to sound rude, but I mean it in the most beneficial way to you I can. Everything I say in this video, if it comes off as critical, trust me, I'm only saying it to make you better in the long run. You're not special or different because you experienced this. Everybody experiences bad players, leavers, and just games that you can't control. However, the problem comes when you think every game is because of bad players, leavers, and is out of your control. You need to realize that I'm going to say about 90 to 95% of games you have a huge impact in. You are one of 6 players, meaning you are about 17% of your team, which is a pretty big number. And when you take into consideration the fact that the competitive system, while it may not do a good job of it, tries to put you against players of equal skill levels, this means if your whole team is equal to their whole team, you playing better should tip the scales and allow you to win. Now, this isn't always the case, and the teams will never be perfectly even, but remember, we have to try to get out of the habit of thinking the games are always skewed against you. The games can't always be skewed against you, not just you. There are so many players in this game, I have a hard time believing that you are getting the short end of the stick every single time. So how do we actually practically apply this knowledge? Well, it's quite simple. I'm going to steal this phrase from a YouTuber named Scrap Computer that does League of Legends videos. Everything in the game that goes wrong is your fault. It's all your fault. Nothing is your team's fault. It is always you. Now, this obviously isn't true, but this is the mindset you want to adopt if you want to improve. You can't sit back and blame your Reinhardt for never using his shield. I've done it, you've done it, we've all done it, but just telling Reinhardt he's a bad player isn't getting you anywhere. Instead, realize that Reinhardt is a bad player and use that knowledge to your advantage. If Reinhardt is a terrible player, he's never using his shield, and he's just running into the enemy team, trying to swing his hammer at all of them, you can easily just sit back and accept the game as a defeat. It's easy to do that. It's easy to say, you know what, our team is bad, I'm just not going to try. I don't care, this game is a loss. When you do this, though, you're guaranteeing that that game is a loss, and you could have actually won it had you tried. Never accept that the game is a defeat. There's no surrender option in Overwatch, and that's for a good reason. There is always the possibility for a comeback. Wasting your time immediately assuming the game is a loss because the enemy team took the first point, or blaming your teammates literally won't get you anywhere. Actually, it'll probably set you back because blaming people just tilts them, and when you're tilted, you play worse. This mindset that the game puts you at your rank for a reason is crucial. I'm serious. I see so many players say, I really want to get to rank 65 or above because I think that's about top 1%. And they're rank 39, and they're saying, you know what, there's not really much I need to improve on, I just need to stop getting so unlucky with all of my teammates. Look, You can't do that. You can't just say, I want to improve, but not accept the fact that there's something you need to improve on. You can't do that. You will not achieve your goals if you don't accept that there's something you can improve on and there are ways for you to carry games. Literally every excuse you make, I can find a way to negate. And by that I mean, if you're blaming your bad teammates, there are resources online that allow you to make and find teams for Overwatch. They're on Reddit, they're on their own websites. They're not that hard to find if you know how to use Google. If you're blaming your bad aim, well, you're blaming yourself. And actually, that's probably a good thing. But what you shouldn't be doing is blaming your setup. Sure, you may be running Overwatch on a laptop that only gets you 15 FPS, and yeah, it's going to be hard to aim, and it's going to be hard to carry. But that's it right there. You've just identified what you can do to improve. Try to save up your money and get a better system. Or play a role that doesn't rely on aim as much. You can carry from the support position. So many people seem to think you can't, and there are some games you can't, but remember, it's always your fault. So every single game can be carried from the support position. And supports like Lucio don't really require good aim. If you're blaming bugs, I can say that all players experience bugs about equally. It's all average, like I said. Unless you're running on some janky-ass computer that doesn't work, we're all going to experience the bugs about the same amount. So you can't really use those as justification for your bad play. So remember, there's always something you could have done better. There's no reason to make excuses. Never blame your team, and always look for opportunities where you can improve. This can be done by watching your own gameplay, just thinking about a game after it happened, thinking about crucial moments in the game that decided whether it was a win or a loss, and just realizing that you're not a perfect player and you're not always getting the short end of the stick. If you use all of this knowledge in conjunction with my guides, other guides, and just other gameplay experiences, I promise you, you'll get better. And you'll break the mold that over 50% of players sit in. By breaking this mold, you'll become better than the average player, and I promise you can get to rank 55 and above. You'll be top 50% for sure. With enough practice and application of this, I promise every single one of you has it in you to be top 10% in Overwatch. I'm serious. Everybody has the capability of doing this. I watch a lot of Overwatch, and I watch a lot of videos and streams. I've seen players who are ranked 70 and above, so top 1%, maybe even top 0.5% who have bad aim, who make mistakes, and that just means one thing. You can be them. They're not perfect either, but if you try to be as close to perfect as possible, you'll be able to reach the same levels as them. Hopefully this video was useful to you all and maybe eye-opening to some of you. If it was, be sure to leave a like down below, tell me what you think in the comments, and just recommend to your Overwatch playing friends. I will see you guys all later. Lone Hawk out.